I think you have LeBron James on the brain.
Shut up. I got sleep on the brain is what it is.
Gotcha. Dear Detroit Pistons.
You're frauds.
Frauds! We'll explain a bit.
I can't believe I'm saying that because I hyped. Let's go.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Mister, will you please wake up? Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
Good morning. Snowman here to all you Brock Purdy and San Francisco 49er haters. Shut up! I gotta thank you, Shane.
I mean, whatever happened to the games where breaking 100 points was, I don't know, unusual?
There was one word to sum up the All-Star weekend.
Trays. Because we take this job so serious.
Splash Brothers, yes. Ray Allen, replace him with Steve Kerr. Reggie Miller, yeah.
What in the all types of blue hell?
Oh yeah! That intro's getting a refresh today. I had all kinds of plans to refresh a lot of things last night. Didn't get to them. Good morning and welcome to the Taco Tuesday edition of Snowman in the Morning. Glad to have y'all with us. And I'd like to begin
with the following statement.
Thank you. I'd like to begin with the following statement. Detroit Pistons, y'all some bitches.
What they do?
Detroit earned the top seed in the Eastern Conference playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And so far, in these Eastern Conference playoffs, they're getting pushed around, shoved around, and socked in the mouth. Not mouth. By the Orlando Magic. What?
Yep.
Orlando wins game 4 down in Florida, 94-88. Let me repeat that. The Detroit Pistons are pushed to the brink. They go home to Little Caesars Arena, down 3-1. The problem, as I mentioned a moment ago, the Pistons are the top seed in the Eastern Conference playoffs.
Right.
What in the blue hell happened?
Is that?
And the Magic are one win away from winning their first playoff series in, ready for this, 16 years. And they were led by Desmond Bane. So, dear Detroit Pistons, you've been pushed around, shoved around, stomped on, stepped over by Desmond
Bane.
Bain at 22. Franz Wagner had 19 in 3 quarters. And again, the final last night, 94-88.
Uh-oh.
What?
Oh, I hear meows.
Come here. Ugh.
It's Winnie.
Guess who?
It is Winnie.
Game 5 is Wednesday in Detroit. And for that reason and that reason alone, I might put the headset on for it.
Oh.
Jamal Mosley, coach of the Magic, said, we put ourselves in position to try to get 4, but right now it means something. We have the advantage, and we now have to try to make sure we keep that advantage. Close quote. They had to win. Orlando had to win an elimination game at home in the play-in tournament.
Oh, boy.
And now they're on the verge of eliminating the 60-win Detroit Pistons.
Yep.
Desmond Bain said, quote, this is a team that won 60 games. I'm sure they're not blinking an eye about not being able to win 3 games in a row. They did it multiple times throughout the regular season. That they have. Remember, these two teams played the first 7-game first-round series in 2003. Somebody fact-check me on that, please. And Orlando had the same situation. They were up 3-1, and the Pistons came back and socked them in the mouth, kicked them in the ass.
Right.
I believe it was 2003. Pizzle's with us saying, come on, Magic. Pizzle, fact-check me on that, will you please?
Please.
See, that's one thing I invite the fans to do. If I say something correct or incorrect, check it for me. Because I got a ton of other things to do here. Paolo Banchero added 18 points on only 4 of 18 shooting. Jalen Suggs went 1 for 13, including 1 for 11 from 3-point range for the Magic. They're not going to win game 5 shooting like that at all.
Right.
Cade Cunningham led the top-seeded Pistons with 25 points. Tobias Harris had 20, but Cade Cunningham turned the ball over 8 times. You know the joke, Victor. 8.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
Tobias Harris said, quote, we went into the series saying we needed to win a possession game. That came down to the rebounding battle and also taking care of the basketball. And in all of our losses, what we haven't been at our best at. Obviously, we need to limit them from going to the free throw line. They've been able to get us in closeout situations and break us down. Get to the lane. Close quote. Wagner left with 1:34 left in the third quarter due to right calf soreness. We'll keep our monitor on that.
Okay.
But Detroit Pistons, how do you hold a team that shot 32% from the floor and you lose? Once again, they shot 32% from the floor. And listen, Orlando has been dominant this series.
Right.
They beat the Pistons 112-101 in game 1 in Detroit. So there's nothing to say they won't go to Detroit and do it again.
Right.
And then in game 3, they beat them 113-105, and in game 4 they went 94-88.
And it's rare for number 1 seed teams to be swept, right, in the playoffs, or has that happened multiple times?
It's not rare for number 1 seeded for top seeded teams to lose in a playoff series.
Right.
First time that ever happened was 1994 with the Denver Nuggets beating the Seattle Supersonics. Anybody remember that?
Right,
But that
right,
was
right.
when the NBA was in 5 games. When it went to 7 games, let's go to the Pistons. Pistons beat Orlando, coming back to win 4 games to 3.
Mm.
4 years after that, the Golden State Warriors knocked off the top-seeded Dallas Mavericks in 6 games.
Ah,
The We Believe team.
yep,
So
yep.
this series is nowhere near over.
No,
Nowhere near over. But
seeing
I
that is
will-
kind of demoralizing.
I will use my dad's words. If the Pistons continue to play this piss poor,
It's done.
they're cooked.
They're cooked.
They're absolutely cooked. So as I said at the top of this, Detroit Pistons, y'all some bitches. Now prove me wrong and get game 5. For if you don't, there's a roast session that's going to happen here on this show.
Boy. Oh boy.
Because if the Pistons don't win game 5, then they'll just prove to everyone that said it before the playoffs began that the Pistons are just a bunch of frauds.
Frauds.
They're a bunch of frauds. You want to do something about it, Pistons? Prove us wrong. AB Media from Indianapolis, Indiana, joining us this morning. But as I said, you want to do something about it? Prove us wrong. That's all you have to do. But if you keep shooting this piss poor, that's for you, Pops. But if you keep shooting this piss poor, you're about as cooked as the Baltimore Ravens coming up this year.
Oh.
Why? You know the joke. Because yes,
it's
Lamar, it is you. I might make one of these for Cade Cunningham should they lose Wednesday night. As I said, prove me wrong. All right? You got 3 shots to come back and win this series. 3. Prove us wrong. But again, to use my dad's words, given how piss poor they were shooting, you are cooked, chipped, chopped, and fricasseed. You are shaken, you are baking, you are whipped, dipped, chipped, chopped, and fricasseed. Given the way you shot last night. Brick after brick after brick after brick after brick in key situations.
Mm-hmm. We're going to be saying fry Pistons fry in a bit.
Shut up.
Media asked a question. What did Klay Thompson fumble?
Not a damn thing.
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
I'll take a short time to explain that.
Okay.
I will take a short time to explain that. And after y'all get back, Cooper Flagg wins the Rookie of the Year.
Cooper
at 19.
Flagg.
But does it really mean something? Snowman's take on that in a deuce.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
I'm Jenny Garth, and as a mother of 3, I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. But here in America, that is a real worry for 1 in 5 children. Even though we are one of the most food-rich countries in the world, 15 million children don't know where their next meal is coming from. This is unacceptable, and something the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks is working to solve. Instead of accepting that our country lets billions of pounds of surplus food go to waste every year, Feeding America has made it their mission to help families in need by rescuing this food. Through food pantries and meal programs, the nationwide network of food banks provides more than 3 billion meals, serving virtually every community in the United States, including yours. Join me in supporting Feeding America and your local food bank by visiting feedingamerica.org. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
My mother was always very familiar with her neighborhood, but one day she stopped at the stop sign for much longer than usual. And she didn't know whether she should go forward or turn, and she wasn't even really sure where she was at. It was very unsettling for her.
I felt so much better after my son told me, Mom, I don't want you to worry or be afraid. I'll be there for you, and we'll figure it out.
'Cause we take this job so serious.
I don't have a suggestion as to anything but keep the bitch. Keep her. If she does not,
Wow.
What in the all types of blue hell?
This is Snowman in the Morning.
.23 after the hour, AB Media posed a question about one Klay Thompson, and I decided I'm going to talk about that off the air in a separate Snowman's take. All right.
Okay.
Now then, to the business at hand. And the business at hand involves one Cooper Flag. Now, I'm going to warn people right now. People are not going to like my take on Cooper Flag winning the Rookie of the Year. So I decided I'm going to put this here. As mentioned at the top of the show, Cooper Flag is the Rookie of the Year. Congratulations. Now, the only reason he was Rookie of the Year is because there was no one else that stood out. But Cooper Flag, your play to me is lacking. What's it lacking, you may ask? I'm going to cuss and say the one cuss word that is actually allowed. Fundamentals. I hate to say this, Cooper Flag, but you ain't got any.
So what is he
ISO
missing?
ball all the time. Playing with it. What happened to playing within the context of a team? Huh? Because if you play within the context of a team, even given the fact that y'all still have Kyrita Herbal Tea, the ultimate ISO Joe, good Lord help me, you'd have been a playoff team. Now, in Cooper Flag's defense, they had nowhere else. This is for BGS. They had nowhere else to go. I get that. But for Cole Johnson, thank you to these one and dones for helping to ruin a once proud league. It was a close vote over his former Duke teammate, Con Knuppel. I know I butchered that. Forgive me. I know I butchered that. But I hate saying it this way. And a lot of people are going to hate me saying it this way. But I'm not impressed. Now, you have the rest of your career to prove me wrong. And I always put that, put that disclaimer there. You know, the last rookie to prove me wrong? Victor Wembanyama. But he actually works at it. And Shane posed a question in the chat. Yes, Wemby did win the Rookie of the Year. That was 2024. Wemby has gotten better. I want to see Cooper Flag get better. Because right now, at least in my eyes, he ain't got it. But there comes this question. Is it a problem of Cooper Flag, or is it a product of a horrid Dallas offense? How about option C? Both. The Mavericks had no other place to go this year. They're not going to have Mr. Glass. And you know who that is.
No. And
They're
that
not.
phrase will be more like buyer's remorse every single year.
They're not going to have Kyrita Herbal at his best. His best was left in Cleveland. He didn't even have his best in Boston. If that tells you something.
After Yo Kang showed up and
After Yo Kang showed up and took over and basically took the team away from Kyrie Irving, in which their owner, whose name escapes me right now,
I think it's Dan Gilbert.
Dan Gilbert, thank you.
Yeah,
Dan Gilbert once upon a time was committed to build around Kyrie Irving. Then LeBron James showed up.
He specifically drafted Kyrie Irving because he thought that he could basically make him like the anti-LeBron.
Yeah, then LeBron showed up and Gilbert bitched out.
Right.
So I blame both Cooper Flag and the Dallas Mavericks for not being as impressive of a rookie as people think he is.
I can't blame that on Cooper. You can do only what you can do in the context of the game. If the offense is really that bad, that is a ownership problem.
Point. Very good point.
This is why
this is me and my get off my lawn take, okay? Right. But Victor is right. You can only do what the context of the offense allow you to do. And the context of the Dallas Mavericks offense, and I said this phrase earlier, is piss poor. Period. You got the rest of your career, Cooper Flag, to prove me wrong. I mean that. I truly mean and hope that you do. But I also truly hope and mean that the Dallas Mavericks get their act together.
Mm-hmm.
Because the way I'm looking at this right now, the Dallas Mavericks has sunk.
Oh, yeah.
The Dallas Mavericks have sunk. How far have they sunk, you ask? They've sunk lower than Shedeur Sanders.
Dang.
They've sunk lower. Listen, they have sunk and regressed lower than Lamar Jackson has in the past 2 seasons.
Oof.
Man, how do you like them apples? Because yes, Lamar, it is you. It's going to be your running theme. Forgive me.
Yes, it is.
But Victor brings up a great point, and I retract some of my statements in my Snowman take, but not all of them. You can only do what the context of the offense allows you to do. True. Very, very true. I didn't think about that.
See, the problem is it is the changing of the game itself. The changing of the game, and we talked about this last week, that it's become more solo personal. It's become more isolated, more iso ball, because that's what now, according to the experts, and I use that term very loosely,
in quotes,
that's what the fans want. The fans don't want fundamental team ball. They want more ISO. They want more crossovers.
Do that again. Say that again.
According to the experts,
mm-hmm.
They want, more ISO ball. They want more crossovers. They want more, ankle breakers. They want more dunks and more three-pointers.
They want more, as you said so many times over, they want more ESPN-worthy highlights instead of a blank basketball game.
It's called me ball. That's why people stop calling it B-ball and they call it me ball.
Mm-hmm. And Cooper Flag is playing within the context of that because that's what the league has allowed.
Right.
But I still put a little bit of this on Cooper Flag because you could have played another season at Duke, dude.
You could have.
And that's what sticks in my craw.
But
This is me. This is one person. That's what sticks in my craw.
The other problem with that, though, is these guys are not necessarily this is not just their decision. Is their decision, yes, but there's also people in their ear. just go back to what happened with Derrick Rose after his torn meniscus.
Yeah, well, flip them off and make your own. I think like this. I think like my dad.
Mhm.
I will freely admit that I think like my dad.
Right.
Too many people in your ear, flip them all off and make your own decisions. But again, that is just me.
Right.
Okay.
I'm just saying, and I understand that. I'm just saying, like, when someone's saying, they need money for the house, you want to, help your mom get her house and, get all that stuff. Because a lot of these young kids, they're not doing this just for them. They're doing it because
For their family's putting pressure on them.
Right. Because their family's like, hey, we want to buy this new house, or, they're
Mhm.
about to get kicked out their house. They don't have money. Those type of things, even though they're not supposed to per se, they do weigh on these young guys' minds. And because they are so young, just
Mhm.
getting into college, maybe got a year, maybe 2 years, they're like, man, I got to do something to make this money now.
Yep.
And help out now.
There's, you know what, Victor? You bring up a great thought. You bring up a great point. It's a point that I'll leave this here. It's a point that we'll discuss on Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's a point that we'll discuss on Patreon. So I'll leave this here because that's Snowman's take, and what's yours?
Mr. Danny Fuller, how you doing?
What's up, Mr. Fuller? I like how he said I like how he said good. I love that. With the footballs. Coming up after the break, the Vegas Golden Knights get even.
Oh.
The Pittsburgh Penguins force a game 6.
Oh.
What?
Oh dear.
The Vegas Golden Knights get even.
What?
I said the Vegas Golden Knights scored an overtime goal.
What?
I said it's now a best-of-3 series between the Vegas Golden Knights and the Utah Mammoth.
What?
We're talking hockey.
What?
This could run all day.
Yep.
The Pittsburgh Penguins have won 2 straight games.
Wow. How'd that
What?
happen?
They won at home.
What?
The Igloo.
What?
Against Philadelphia.
What?
They held serve.
Again.
What?
It's a game 6.
What?
On Wednesday night.
What?
In Philadelphia.
What?
We'll have our power play when y'all get back in a deuce.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Drew Willingham.
In this case, yeah, you put the blame on Kyle Shanahan for apparently not preparing the team enough for the overtime rules, supposedly.
Cole Johnson.
Peyton was considered the winner, and he was the darling of all darlings for Gerald.
With a special appearance by Tyrone Alizé McDummy.
Ain't nobody calling me. Text delete, 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 delete.
Join these 2 football enthusiasts as they give you Total Football Talk. Live every Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central on the Sertoba Media and the Comey Media YouTube channels. Hey, Eagles fan. Join my man Cool McCain and a host of others as they break down every single game, every single week in an objective manner, and also from a fan's perspective as well. Remember, this cast feels just like you. Nobody likes you. And you don't care. Fly, Eagles, fly. Eagles Elite Podcast. Every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube and other podcast outlets.
From the hills of Santa Clara to the legacy of the stick,
This is where red runs deep and greatness wears gold. 40 plus years of fan, 30 years in the booth, and now it's personal. The 49ers like you've never heard them before. This is That 49ers Show on Snowman Sportsnet. Hosted by Brian Snow, each week you will get a recap of the game that just happened and the game that will happen. All the stats, facts, and figures, all the fun notes, fan chats, and everything else you could put into 30 minutes. This is That 49ers Show on Snowman Sportsnet. Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central.
Because we take this job so serious.
What are we doing? What in the all types of blue hell?
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Hey!
You got it.
Been talking again. 38 after the hour, and is it here? Yeah, it's here. I know Droid's not here to talk hockey, but we are. This is Droid's Power Play. We're going to start in Salt Lake City, Utah.
Utah, okay.
Where the Vegas Golden Knights were cruising. They were up 3-0. Pavel Dorofeyev, Brett Howden, a shorthanded goal, and Cole Smith made it 3-0 early in the second period. Then Utah responded. Nick Schmaltz and Ian Cole made it 3-2 at the end of 2. Michael Carson and Clayton Keller gave Utah a 4-3 lead. 5:10 into the third period. And then Vegas responded with Brett Howden scoring his second goal of the game. And that's where we stood until 51 seconds remained in the overtime. And Shea Theodore knocked home the game winner, the assist to Jack Eichel and Brett Howden. And Vegas has evened the series at 2 games apiece.
The dagger.
The early part of the game, the Vegas Golden Knights were flying. And Danny had a great comment during the break. Vegas Golden Knights should be in the thick of things every year. And if NHL definitely didn't treat them as an expansion team coming in. Well, they should not have treated them as an expansion team coming in. Look at their expansion draft. Look at their expansion draft. And plus, Vegas made the Stanley Cup final in the rookie year, 2018. Where they got knocked around and beaten up by, of all teams, the Washington Capitals.
The Caps.
5 years later, Vegas gets the job done. They win the Stanley Cup, and now they are a threat every single year. They were down 2-1, and Utah was out skating them. They were out hitting them, and they were plain old outplaying them. Vegas needed this game desperately heading back to Vegas. Because think of how the Golden Knights would be thinking if they were down 3-1 instead of even at 2 apiece.
Right.
So the fact that Vegas led 3-0, let the lead slip away, were able to tie it and then win it at 19:08 of overtime. And earlier in the overtime, a shot was made, and then a Utah player knocked it into his own net.
Oh no, an own
goal. Should have been the game winner, but because of an offside call and the referees got it right, Jack Eichel was across the blue line before the puck was. No goal.
Oh man,
Vegas kept playing.
That would have been embarrassing if that's how that game ended.
But this is a good series. This is a series where Jordan and I predicted it would go all 7 games. And it's looking that way now. It's 2 apiece heading to game 5 tomorrow. Oh boy, I might be busy. Game 5 is tomorrow. You heard what I said.
Game 5 is tomorrow.
I wasn't ready. Game 5 is tomorrow.
What?
In
Mañana.
Vegas.
What?
On the Strip.
What?
At T-Mobile Arena.
What?
Vegas needed this game badly.
They really did.
They needed this game badly. And any team that's down 2-1, you want to get even.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're the Detroit Pistons.
Oh. Pistons still getting kicked.
They're going to get kicked all show if I got something to say about it.
Again, they're cowering in the corner. They just go and get kicked again.
Mm-hmm. They're like, enough. No, y'all lost. So the Golden Knights win 5-4 late in the overtime. And let's see how they respond in game 5. They outshot Utah 36-31. They only had 6 penalty minutes for the entire game. Utah had 8. And in front of 12,478 at the Delta Center. Shea Theodore with the game winner. Now, I'll ask you, Victor, what does this do for Utah after having led the series with a chance to take a stranglehold on the series and they let the game get away, especially after they rallied to come back to take the lead in the third period?
What's this do for Utah?
What's this do for Utah?
The sense of urgency has to kick in now. Because if you get punched in the mouth, or even if you do the punching in the mouth, right?
Mm-hmm.
You still, that sense of urgency is there. He's like, okay, we're one more game towards our goal. So you have to tighten the screws on everything.
Mm-hmm.
You have to tighten the screws on everything.
You know
because
who else
the
has
Golden
to tighten?
Knights are a team that you cannot sneeze at this team. You cannot. They've already won a chip. I've been saying for a while time, the Dallas Stars always seem to be like they could get somewhere, and then they run to the Golden Knights, and that's the brick wall they hit.
Mm-hmm.
So now they get punched in the mouth. Well, we'll say right. They get punched in the mouth, they get kicked in the ass.
And they're nearly knocked the hell out. Game 5 will determine the remainder of the series.
Correct.
Game 5 will determine the remainder of the series. Meanwhile, in Pittsburgh, the Flyers once again had a chance to eliminate the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Oops.
And the Pittsburgh Penguins said no.
Oops.
Penguins win 3-2 on the strength of a first period goal from Elmer Soderblom.
Wow.
At the 2:45 mark of period 1. And in essence, that was the game winner.
Right.
That was the real game winner is by Chris Letang. That came at 17:12 of period 3. That broke a 2-2 tie because the Flyers fought back.
Mm-hmm.
The Flyers were being bullies in this series as the road team. Pittsburgh had home ice advantage. Can you imagine Philadelphia fans if they lose this series to Pittsburgh?
Oh my God.
Let me explain this. This is the second time in franchise history for Pittsburgh that they have forced a game 6 after being down 3-0.
Wow.
Let me say that again. This is the second time in franchise history that the Pittsburgh Penguins forced a game 6 after being down 3-0. The other team that they faced, oddly enough, the Philadelphia Flyers.
Wow.
Now, the Flyers won that series, and I believe it took all 7.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine Flyer fans if the Penguins were to go to Philadelphia, and I believe that is when. Oh God, I'm going to be busy. That's Wednesday night, folks. Wednesday just may see the debut of the SMSN Sports Carousel. I'll explain more during hour 2. I can't get over that fact because I saw it flash on my screen and I couldn't believe it. I was supposed to do the Utah game last night, but I fell asleep.
Right.
For the second time in franchise history, the Pittsburgh Penguins have forced a Game 6 after being down 3-0. The opponent, the first time they did it, 2012, the Philadelphia Flyers.
Ooh.
What if they do it again? What
They probably are going to do it again.
Pittsburgh Penguins force a Game 7. Philly better back it up, says Ryan McCoffey, and good morning to you, sir. Philly better back it up on Wednesday, or else they'll get reverse swept like they did to the Bruins. I had to read that in 2010. That just may be Snowman might be doing split games announcing on Wednesday. You doggone right. That's why I'm taking today off to get ready for it, because the carousel goes in motion on Wednesday for the first time.
Right.
Oh boy. Vegas, Pittsburgh, maybe some baseball mixed in, and maybe, oh no. And to lead off the night, the Pistons and the Magic.
Pistons and the Magic. Oh boy.
As Yosemite Sam said best when he was called to the office, oh no.
Exactly.
Shoots! Office! Oh no. Now, what does this do for Philadelphia? After being up 3-0 and being, in essence, dominant.
Right.
They were dominant, up 3-0. And they're about to blow it.
They're about to fall apart at the finish line.
They're about to blow it. As long as the carousel doesn't have Shanahan making the calls in overtime. Shut up, Danny. I mean, you're not wrong. Listen, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Overtime rules, supposedly.
Supposedly. Thank you very much, Drew Willingham. You're not wrong. McCarthy says, I knew Vegas, Utah was going to go at least 6. Utah had a chance to bury Vegas last night, but that's hockey. Well, we all knew that was going to go at least 6 games. Hell, Droid and I said that goes the distance. And I would not be surprised if it does go the distance. But Game 5 tomorrow is going to tell an entire story. So what's on the premier edition of the carousel? Magic and Pistons, Flyers, Penguins, a genuine ballpoint penguin, if anybody remembers the Woody Woodpecker cartoons, and Vegas, Utah. And there may be another game. Oh my gosh, there may be another game mixed in. You know what may kick off the carousel? Angels and White Sox.
Oh.
Yipe. My voice is going to get a beating.
We said we were going to follow them. Now I'm starting to regret it because Lord have mercy.
I'm not. Why? Munetaka Murakami. That's why. McCarthy says, I had Utah winning in 6 and then beating the winner of the Anaheim Edmonton series to go to the Western Conference Finals, aka the Campbell Conference Finals. I had Edmonton and Vegas, but Edmonton's down 3-1 to the Anaheim Ducks. Quack, quack, quack.
Right.
Ding, 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 the blank ding.
Right.
Okay. Ay, ay, ay. This carousel is going to get a workout.
Yes, it is.
Lakers and your friend LBJ on Wednesday. I don't care. Give me this button. I hate doing this, especially to the folks at WQVZ. So I'm going to edit my comment. I don't give 2/5 of a half of a flying about that series. Hello, Pumpkin.
No,
And
Pumpkin.
a shout out to all the folks at WQVZ down in Alabama for picking up our show and having us on. I guess I said the wrong word because Pumpkin had to come up and check on me.
I say
Joel Quinn. That's why Joel. That's why Anaheim's up 3-1 on Edmonton. Joel Quenneville's their coach.
Who else did he coach to become?
People should remember the legend of Joel Quenneville.
Who else did he train to become champions?
The Chicago Blackhawks.
Exactamundo.
3 cups in 6 seasons.
Why?
Because yes, Joel, it is you.
It is you. Let me watch back.
We have to have a flopper on Wednesday night. No, we don't. No, the bloody hell we don't. We got hockey, we got good basketball, and we got baseball. That's all. I don't want to hear, man.
It's gonna be Wednesday, so you're gonna hear it.
I know, because I'm probably gonna be the first one to say the doggone thing. But you know what, Danny? I know it ain't Wednesday, but this is for you.
This moment of bronze sexual stupidity is brought to you by Hooked on Bronix. When you start talking like an idiotic bronze sexual, Hooked on Bronix can set you right. Call 1-800-YOKAY. Real LJPM. Now approve all this.
I think Mr. Fuller's taking trolling duties over for Damian
For
Hernandez.
Caleb Hernandez, right?
Caleb Hernandez.
Since Caleb ain't here yet. By the way, as far as that game goes on Wednesday,
I ain't got no time for this bullshit.
I know it's not Wednesday, Pizzle. I know it's not. But for Danny, I had to. I better have it, right? There you go. You know, you know what, the Pizzle, this one's for you. You know what the Pittsburgh Penguins are thinking after check that. You know what the Philadelphia Flyers are thinking the last 2 games?
Well, that game sucked.
Right. Exactly.
You know what the Detroit Pistons are thinking the last 2 games?
Well, that game sucked.
You know what the Orlando Magic are trying to tell the Pistons?
Now get out my face, you thirsty bitches.
You know what the Philadelphia Flyers have another chance to do to the Pittsburgh Penguins, as well as Vegas to Utah?
Now get out my face, you thirsty bitches.
Exactamundo.
Oh, jeez. That's the power play. Power Play today is brought to you by Fanatics, officially licensed everything, whether it's the Utah Mammoth, the Vegas Golden Knights, the Edmonton Oilers, Anaheim Ducks, Detroit Pistons, Orlando Magic, or whomever is in your playoff chase. You can represent them with the power of Fanatics. Go to fanatics.com, use the code Snowman for 20% off of your order. Fanatics, officially licensed everything. We've reached halftime. And I have a special guest coming who wants to rant on the Boston Red Sox.
Oh.
And it ain't Shane, unfortunately.
But I think I know who it might be.
My good friend David St. Dennis is scheduled to come on to kick off hour 2. And Jay Spivey will join us at the bottom of hour 2. You know what I'm missing right now?
I am cute.
Yes.
Cuteness withdrawal is real.
The cuteness withdrawal is very, very real. And while I'm thinking about it,
Now get out of my face, you thirsty chiz.
and I got to let a kitty out. So let's take a break because Pumpkin's yelling at me. And when we come back, we'll have the second hour of Snowman in the Morning in a deuce.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Drew Willingham.
In this case, yeah, you put the blame on Kyle Shanahan for apparently not preparing the team enough for the overtime rules, supposedly.
Cole Johnson.
Peyton was considered the winner, and he was the darling of all darlings for Gerald.
With a special appearance by Tyrone Alizé McDummy.
Ain't nobody calling me. Text delete, 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 delete.
Join these two football enthusiasts as they give you Total Football Talk. Live every Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central on the Sertoba Media and the Comey Media YouTube channels. Hey, Eagles fan. Join my man Cool McCain and a host of others as they break down every single game, every single week in an objective manner, and also from a fan's perspective as well. Remember, this cast feels just like you. Nobody likes you. And you don't care. Fly, Eagles, fly. Eagles Elite Podcast. Every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube and other podcast outlets.
From the hills of Santa Clara to the legacy of the stick, this is where red runs deep and greatness wears gold. 40 plus years of fan, 30 years in the booth, and now it's personal. The 49ers like you've never heard them before. This is That 49ers Show on Snowman Sportsnet. Hosted by Brian Snow, each week you will get a recap of the game that just happened and the game that will happen. All the stats, facts, and figures, all the fun notes, fan chats, and everything else you could put into 30 minutes. This is That 49ers Show on Snowman Sportsnet. Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central.
Cause we take this job so serious.
What are we doing? What in the all types of blue hell?
This is Snowman in the Morning.
We still got to dip inside the Fanatics feedback zone. We got a Red Sox rant and a whole lot more for hour 2 after this.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
I'm Jenny Garth, and as a mother of 3, I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. But here in America, that is a real worry for 1 in 5 children. Even though we are one of the most food-rich countries in the world, 15 million children don't know where their next meal is coming from. This is unacceptable, and something the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks is working to solve. Instead of accepting that our country lets billions of pounds of surplus food go to waste every year, Feeding America has made it their mission to help families in need by rescuing this food. Through food pantries and meal programs, the nationwide network of food banks provides more than 3 billion meals, serving virtually every community in the United States, including yours. Join me in supporting Feeding America and your local food bank by visiting feedingamerica.org. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
My mother was always very familiar with her neighborhood, but one day she stopped at the stop sign for much longer than usual. And she didn't know whether she should go forward or turn, and she wasn't even really sure where she was at. It was very unsettling for her.
I felt so much better after my son told me, Mom, I don't want you to worry or be afraid. I'll be there for you, and we'll figure it out.
'Cause we take this job so serious.
I don't have a suggestion as to anything but keep the bitch. Keep her. If she does not,
Wow.
What in the all types of blue hell?
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Right, drop Moran.
Which is where that nickname was born. We owe you an 1103. We owe you an ID. This is Snowman in the Morning.
You're listening to WQVZ, 1700 AM Mission Radio.
Broadcasting live in your region, across our nation, and around the world, this is Snowman Multimedia. We need to see it.
Father O'Shaughnessy need to go to hell.
It's really, in the end, basically a skill issue.
Here he is back in the shotgun, takes a snap, throws to Jesus Christ.
Shut up! Well, that game sucked. I'm on Alarm Island. Give me them cocks! Now get out my face, you thirsty bitches.
Now get out of my face, you thirsty bitches.
Now get out of my face, you thirsty bitches. Now get the hell out of my face, you thirsty bitches. I'm going to warn people. Sorry. I'm going to warn people right now. The commissioner will be here tomorrow.
Oh, no.
Yes, the commissioner and Father O. Cochran will return tomorrow.
Oh, dear God.
And they're going to have a fight.
Why? What are they fighting for?
It's your fault.
Excuse me?
You heard what I said. It's your fault.
I ain't do nothing.
That's a lie. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Danny Fuller says we have to have a flopper on Wednesday night. No, we don't. Pilsen says it's not Wednesday. I know that, but I had to mess with Danny. Napoleon Johnamite is here. Love the rants on the Red Sox, says Danny Fuller. Ryan McCarthy says, in the immortal words of no credentials required, tribal chief and YSL Jefe, F. Boston. Well, someone's going to have something to say about that. Something tells me that the Empress of the picks will be phoning in her NFL and NCAA football picks during the upcoming season. I have a solution for that.
Yeah.
And Napoleon, you're involved. Also in VTubing history, yesterday was the 1-year anniversary of graduation of
Miss Gura.
Nanashi
Mume.
Mume of Hololive English.
Yep.
And Thursday, the 1-year anniversary, Gargura. Nacho fry. Would you like a nacho fry?
Oh, Lord.
Would you like a nacho? Napoleon, ever since you sent me that, I've wanted nothing but nacho fries. All right. I promised to rant on the Boston Red Sox, but someone asked me, no, change that. Begged me. He said, look, I need to let this out about my Red Sox. Here he is, David St. Dennis, who made an appearance on my favorite game show, The Price is Right.
There you go.
Off camera, but yes, I did.
Yes, off camera.
This is Power David.
What's up?
This is Power David 3000.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Now, I promised
Power Man 3000.
I promised David to let him let loose on the Boston Red Sox. So, with that thought in mind and all that's going on there, floor is yours, sir.
So, For those who don't know, uh, this past Saturday, they fired Alex Cora, the manager of the Boston Red Sox, for 7 years because he wasn't there in 2020. But other than 2020, he's been there since 2018. And I am happy for Chad Tracy for getting called up and being the interim manager for the time being. I met Chad a couple of times. He's a good person, and I know that he will do well here from my experience watching him up close in Worcester. But the thing is, what upsets me about Alex Cora getting fired is the fact that they did not have a team ready for him to manage this season. Why?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, who was their basement to start off 2025? Oh yeah, Alex Bregman then it came back. And who did they replace? Caleb Durbin, who's been an absolute trash player for the start of the year. And his only home run so far was off a position player by the Baltimore Orioles. That's how bad his season has gotten, started up to this point.
Yeesh.
And Trevor Story, he's been struggling a lot as well. And he is the leader of this Red Sox team. We had other leaders in this clubhouse. Rob Refsnyder, who is now with Seattle, and Alex Bregman, obviously now with the Cubs. And I'm just like, yes, something needed to change, but you didn't have to fire Alex Cora and all of his staff because Casey Veritek, he's not going to take a role that that was signed to him on a later date. Because he's been with the organization for over 30 years, and that's the way you want him to reassign because you cleaned house, but you wanted to make it look good. You see, Craig Breslow, he has been mediocre in regards to building this roster over the years, but he was supposed to go all in. But I'm not gonna blame him for this. You know who I'm gonna blame?
Who's that?
Sean Henry. Sean Henry. This is the guy who says, "Oh yeah, he cares about the Red Sox still." When was the last time we see him at a press conference? Oh yeah, back in 2020 before COVID hit.
Point.
But
very good point.
The only time I actually saw him was back in 2023's Red Sox winter weekend, where he got booed by the crowd. That was the last public appearance facing the fans or any type of media since then. Sam Kennedy says, "Oh, he still cares about the Red Sox. Yet where is he? Only in his box offices because he's scared to face the crowd when they say scout the team." Yeah, I know for certain Sean Henry heard the scout the team chants because he said, "Oh, scout the team." We got caught him saying that in his office over there, and he's the guy who is making limits regarding to how much Craig Breslow can spend, and that is how it affects Alex Cora's managing. And because of that, we have bad defense, we have bad offense because despite the past few games, this is the one of the most boring Red Sox teams I ever seen. Up to this point because we have no stars. We have no stars that we can buy a jersey of. The only thing I could think of is Roman Anthony, they are begging him to become the next David Ortiz At age 21, are you kidding me? Becoming the next David Ortiz? I haven't seen a player become close to David Ortiz since he retired. He's the one and only David Ortiz. The only other one I could think of that was close to David Ortiz was Manny Ramirez, but that's because he was the opposite like David Ortiz. So for for them saying, "Oh, we still care about the Red Sox," no, they have all these other sports that they keep an eye on, like Liverpool, and they Sean Henry doesn't face the media. I am begging him to be back facing the camera, facing the fans, facing the media. The only reason why he doesn't do that is because he doesn't want to get in trouble for speaking on certain things. But we want him to speak. He's the owner of the Red Sox. At least with the Mets, Steve Court, at least he, is trying to win. Sean Henry, he's not trying to win. He's trying to be like the Tampa Bay Rays, of just being cheap. So I want to hear you guys' thoughts about what I had to say there.
I got none because you're absolutely right. The White Sox went through this a couple of years ago, but at the same time, the White Sox are trying to win, especially with the folks that they have now. And I also said, and it's factually true, that the White Sox are the fourth youngest team in the league. Boston, I don't know what the hell's going on with them because they were in the playoffs last year and they led one game to none the wild card, and then they get socked in the mouth. And since then, it's been a free fall.
They're supposed to be neck and neck with the New York Yankees. Oh yeah, that was the team that basically ended Alex Cora's career because I believe they didn't just wait until Saturday morning to get to Baltimore. I believe after they got swept by the Yankees, the most boring games in the rivalry of the Red Sox Yankees history. I think once they saw them getting swept, they had to make a change. And I think Craig Breslow, which was his decision, by the way, I think he decided to start thinking about that decision once they got swept by the New York Yankees.
Speaking of managers getting fired,
the Phillies.
Yeah. Napoleon Johnny Mike breaks this.
What?
Rob Thompson, you fired.
What?
Philadelphia Phillies have parted ways with manager Rob Thompson. So as I said, Rob Thompson,
you fired. That's random.
He's getting replaced by Don
Mattingly.
Don Mattingly.
Yep, Don Mattingly will serve as interim manager.
Is that a random firing for you guys?
No,
I saw this coming.
No, Rob Thompson needed to go last year. Matter of fact, I'll say it. Rob Thompson needed to go 2 years ago for running that Philadelphia team into the ground. Even though they were division champions, they did make the playoffs. What they do in the playoffs?
Nothing.
I think they should have fired him after they lost to the Marlins, wasn't it? The Marlins.
Mm-hmm.
I think they should have fired him right after the Marlins series. I mean, they had a legit chance of, making it to the next round, but the Marlins, or was it? I think it was the Marlins.
It was the Dodgers series, because I think it's the Dodgers you're thinking about, because there is one basic play that
it was that one series that Mad Dog made a bet if the Phillies lost that series. Series. I forgot.
I go, when Rob Thompson should have been fired, I go back to the division series with the Phillies and the Dodgers.
Mm-hmm.
They're in the 11th inning, tied at 1, bases loaded, but you had 2 outs.
Mm-hmm.
And the ball was tapped back to the pitcher. All you had to do was throw to first base.
It was the Diamondbacks in 2023. That's what I was thinking of.
Okay, Diamondbacks.
2020.
The
Yeah.
National League Championship Series.
Yes, they should have fired him.
They got bullied in that. They got bullied in that series.
Yeah, it was
But last
Diamondbacks.
year, but last year in the playoffs, all you had to do was throw to first base. Now I can't remember the pitcher's name, but he panicked and threw home while the runners were going.
Yeah.
With 2 outs.
With 2 outs, you take the out at first.
You take the out at first. You take the out at first automatically.
You take the out at first, and you go to the 12th inning.
Yeah.
But David has a terrific point that Rob Thompson should have been gone after the National League Championship Series in 2023 because they got punched in the mouth.
Yeah.
By an Arizona team that had no business being there.
Right.
And then Arizona gets punched in the mouth by, of all teams, the Texas Rangers. What?
Yeah. You have to fire managers like that, like what happened with the Red Sox with Greg Little. They really had to do something like that 20 years later. But I don't know. It's just now the question now becomes, is Alex Cora going to the Mets?
You know what? I would not be surprised.
They have to do something now because after that sweep by Colorado, they had to do something that off day.
To shake it up.
They have to.
It's a disaster in Queens.
And I think it's going to be even more of a disaster until they make wholesale changes. Not just the field manager position, but everywhere else. They have to make some changes. And now, Victor mentioned it earlier in the show about buyer's remorse. I think the Mets are having buyer's remorse about one Bo Bichette.
Oh yeah, he was crying the other day.
Dietz was still saying, "Oh Jesus Christ!"
Yeah, and Dietz is the biggest Mets fan we know.
Right.
So you know he's going through it.
Yeah.
You know he's going through it.
Yeah.
But they have to. The Mets need the Mets. The Mets needed to make a change last year. At the end of last year.
Yeah. I mean, they have to make a change because they should have fired him, Mendoza, after they missed the playoffs with that type of roster. And not only that, but I mean, there was a political divide in that clubhouse that year. It was just Friday, June 13th. And when let's just say they did not show the American flag for the national anthem. Ever since then, it's been downhill. It's been down ever since the Mets, for some reason, on Friday, June 13th, they did not show the American flag. And they have bad luck ever since then. And I believe there is a huge political divide in that clubhouse ever since then. Not just the Lindor and Soto situation. I think not to get political here, of course, but I think Frank the Tank was saying certain two players got traded because they were MAGA. That's how bad the political divide was.
Jeez.
Yeah.
And I thought this will be just about baseball.
Not yet. No, I'm kidding.
He's back.
Right?
Yes. I mean, I wanted to get that off my chest too regarding the Mets because they now, since I heard the Phillies let go of their manager, the Mets have to do something now. They have a political divide in that clubhouse, and they have a divide between Juan Soto and Lindor. They can't stay on the field with each other. They just can't. Soto comes back.
You can tell.
And Soto comes back, and then before you know it, Lindor lands on the injured list. And I didn't think that was as bad of an injury that he had. So I just think they need a new voice in that clubhouse, and I think that'll be fixed.
Yeah, and I bet you it'll be Alex Cora. because it seems like they're pining for Alex Cora right now.
He
I
does
may
like
be totally wrong, but it just seems like they're pining for Alex Cora right now.
he does like Nador and Soto, so I will not be surprised because he can get any job now if he wants to.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised either. We're up against the break, and David St. Dennis is with us. I'll find a way to work you in each Tuesday to talk baseball with us. How about it?
I was thinking Wednesday, if that's fine.
Wednesday? Okay.
Yeah,
we can do that. We can do that. We'll work out the details off the air. Thanks for joining, my man. Appreciate you.
You're welcome.
Alex Cora to the Mets. How much of a bigger mess is that going to be? But we'll have to see what happens. Before we do go to a break, a bit of sad news. Our friend Stacy Jones, who's in charge of AB&J Travel Agency, a sponsor of the show, she lost her mother this morning. So, Stacy, my little sis, we're praying for you, and we're here with you as you grieve. And I can tell you, 2 times over, losing a parent is the toughest thing in the world.
Yes, it is.
To deal with. In fact, those of you who know my story, 2 of the toughest things: losing a parent and losing a child. So, Stacy, we're here for you, and we're here with you. We'll take a break. We'll continue to make Stacy laugh. We'll continue to make the family of Chris Bass laugh as we honor them. And I have a question of the day. Speaking of laughter, I have a question of the day, and it concerns game shows.
Okay.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Join Ryan McCarthy.
I became a Jets fan because Kurt the Frog was my favorite Muppet because he was green, and the Jets wore green. That's how I became a Jets fan.
And Dustin Henry.
ESPN is cashing all in on let's pay a few personalities and we'll just kind of fill in the gaps.
As they walk you through all of the world of sports from their perspective.
The Albany Empire, it's a literal circus.
No credentials required. Where, Ryan, say the tag.
Where you don't need a press pass to talk sports.
Every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. On YouTube and where you can find all podcasts. Oh, yes. The tradition, the pageantry, the spectacle, the history, the slut. Wait. I gotta rep my brother's stuff right. All my DMV soldiers, stand up! And welcome to the Commander's Gridiron Report. You want your commanders to be repped right? Well, D. Willie is your man. Commander's Gridiron Report. Every Tuesday at 11:05 a.m. Eastern, 10:05 a.m. Central. On the Sotoba Media YouTube channel. Music by J. Cool.
Where my soldiers, right side, commanders. Where my soldiers, left side,
Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze car.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to, I can beat up black people.
As she takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel. Cause we take this job so serious.
I'm on Alarm Island. Give me them cocks!
Okay.
What in the all types of blue hell?
This is Snowman in the Morning. This is Snowman in the Morning.
Join Ryan McCarthy.
I became a Jets fan because Kurt the Frog was my favorite Muppet because he was green, and the Jets wore green. That's how I became a Jets fan.
And Dustin Henry.
ESPN is cashing all in on let's pay a few personalities and we'll just kind of fill in the gaps
as they walk you through all of the world of sports from their perspective.
The Albany Empire, it's a literal circus.
No credentials required. Where, Ryan, say the tag.
Where you don't need a press pass to talk sports.
Every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. On YouTube and where you can find all podcasts. Oh, yes. The tradition, the pageantry, the spectacle, the history, the slut. Wait. I gotta rep my brother's stuff right. All my DMV soldiers, stand up! And welcome to the Commander's Gridiron Report. You want your commanders to be repped right? Well, D. Willie is your man. Commander's Gridiron Report. Every Tuesday at 11:05 a.m. Eastern, 10:05 a.m. Central. On the Sotoba Media YouTube channel. Music by J. Cool.
Where my soldiers, right side, commanders. Where my soldiers, left side.
Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze claw.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do two circles, and that translates to I can beat up black people.
As he takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, No, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel. Cause we take this job so serious.
I'm on Alarm Island. Give me them cocks!
Okay.
What in the all types of blue hell?
This is Snowman in the morning.
$29 after the hour. Here's a quick ID.
You're listening to WQVZ, 1700 AM Mission Radio.
For me and the Lord, we got an understanding. We're on a mission from God.
I'm having so much trouble back here. I apologize, folks.
You all right?
Like I said, I had to run the garbage out to the road. I literally sprinted back here to the house, so I needed a few extra minutes to catch my breath. Here's an ID.
Broadcasting live in your region, across our nation, and around the world, this is Snowman Multimedia.
I'm on Alarm Island.
It's really, in the end, basically a skill issue.
Who told this lie? We need to see.
No,
It's really, in the end, basically
I put her in
a
twice.
skill issue.
Yes, you did.
Give me them cocks!
Now get out of my face, you thirsty bitches.
Poor dog. He'll never live that down.
No, he won't. There's a few moments I won't live down on this show. I know that.
I already have one.
And that is?
You already know it is. I'm not bringing it up again.
Do it again.
No.
Just remind me, will you please?
Thursday during the draft. Oh, actually, before the draft. My blooper of all bloopers.
No, not yours. Mine.
Oh, your
one of mine.
Left-handed kicker is one of them.
My wife won't let me live.
Yes, your wife called you out on it.
And as well she should.
She said left-handed kicker, and you're like, oh.
You know what? I might have to dig that one up and put it in the ID.
Gotcha.
I just might have to dig that one up. What's another one of mine? Y'all hear it? Y'all hear it in the show opening?
Oh, Splash Brothers. Yes. Ray Allen plays with Steve Kerr. Reggie Miller. Bleep. Yeah. Oh.
Oh goodness. Yeah, exactly. That right there.
Oh, because you knew you weren't supposed to do that.
I got on a roll, man.
But the thing is, like when we're talking about something like that impassionate, it happens. It just happens.
You get on a roll, man.
Yes, you do.
I was. We were. I think that time we were talking about what would be the ultimate 3-point shooting contest.
It started with about the 3-point contest between Sabrina and Steph.
Sabrina and Steph, yes.
And they were like, who would be like the greatest like 3-point contest? We took like some of the WNBA players.
I got on a roll too, man. All right. Speaking of on a roll, here's Jay Spivey. Jay Spivey joins us this morning. Good morning, Jay. How are you?
What's up, guys?
Good morning, Mr. Spivey. How was your draft Thursday, or should I say your draft weekend?
I enjoy watching just about any drafts, especially the NFL draft, because even if you don't know the players, it's just fun to watch the ins and outs and how different administrations handle things.
I have a question. Doesn't it seem like it takes a little bit away not having the reaction of those young men when they get the call from the team saying we're going to draft you? Because it seems to me like it kind of takes away from it. I know they have them all there in that area, but I just loved it when they would call the people. They're at home with their people, and they get the call when they're going to be drafted, and you get that well of emotion from those guys. Do you feel that kind of takes away from it?
Well, I see your point, but I mean, with technology now, that's almost going to be impossible to do. It's just because everyone wants that instant gratification now.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
And then I know I totally understand why he did it because of his mother, but it was. I wish Mendoza had been there rather than been in Florida.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, again, I totally understand why he wasn't there.
Mm-hmm. Right. Is it better for the players, in your opinion, Jay, to be there at the draft or be at home with their family? I
think if you're a surefire first rounder, I think you should be there.
Now,
however, if you drop, as some of them did over the weekend, then it's kind of embarrassing.
Right.
I mean,
maybe
one of the biggest examples of that ever was Aaron Rodgers.
Yes,
I was gonna say Shadur Sanders should have stayed at home then, because yikes.
Yeah, he dropped all the way to the 5th round, man.
Right,
he dropped all the way to the 5th round. A drop that happened because of a story that happened 2 years ago.
Nobody thought Shooter was really a surefire first rounder like Aaron Rodgers was.
Look, we didn't. We certainly didn't. Okay, and there are people coming up to me asking how high Shadur Sanders will be drafted, and I flat out told them he's not going to be drafted in the 1st round or maybe the first 2 rounds, and people thought I was crazy.
I thought he would be 3rd round at the absolute least. He would have been at 3rd round. But then a lot of stories had started coming through about he had really horrible interviews with some of the other teams. He came off extremely arrogant, extremely egotistical, and it just really soured teams on him. So
I think one of the biggest flaps of him was not necessarily his ability, but the fact he's been tied to his dad his entire football career.
And that's true, too. So there's a hint of nepotism, too.
Yep. And
they wondered how he would do without his dad there.
I think they're still wondering that because Dion still finds a way to his son's games.
Yep.
I don't know how, but he still finds a way to his son's games, and I don't know if that's. I still don't know to this day. And I've watched him at Jackson State. I've watched him at Colorado. I don't know if that's going to help him or hurt him in the long run. I think it's going to hurt him.
Well, I mean, the other thing is, we've seen it with quarterbacks many times over.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you play well your first year doesn't guarantee you're gonna have a great career.
True.
Right.
I mean, look at what CJ Stroud's doing. He hasn't been he's the shell of himself the last couple of years.
I'll give you another I'll give you another quarterback that's regressed. And people don't want people do not want to use the word regress when it comes to some of these quarterbacks. I will.
No question.
I will use the word. CJ Stroud has regressed, and the quarterback that has regressed the most, and I know a lot of people that will disagree with me about it, is Lamar Jackson.
Well, his is because his athletic ability is not what it used to be because of all the injuries he's had.
Right.
Yeah.
His is not necessarily because of play. His just I think he's just not. He doesn't have the speed he used to.
Do you think that maybe CJ Stroud's regression is on him, or is it on the fact that he doesn't really have that effective an offensive line?
Oh, it's definitely on him. You hear all the quote unquote experts. They all say that. They all say it's on him.
Now
and
they all say
he's going to have to improve over the offseason. Well, we'll see in September.
Right.
We will see it. People will like to blame the fact that he's had a couple of concussions, which he has. He hasn't gone through what Tua Tagovailoa has. God bless him. But he's regressed, man.
No doubt.
CJ Stroud, since the game at Georgia, CJ Stroud has gone downhill. Now, did he have a great rookie year? Yes, he did. And it's like Jay said, just because you have a great rookie year doesn't mean you're going to have a great career. Stroud for 4,000 yards in his rookie career.
If he struggles this year or struggles through the whole year, if they let him keep playing, that's on the Texans because they're letting this defense is really good, and they're just letting them go to waste.
Yeah,
I mean they're a Super Bowl caliber defense. You just get some help, get a quarterback, and you're easy in the Super Bowl.
Right,
easy. Get a stable running back too, and they thought that was Joe Mixon. And then Joe Mixon got hurt, and there's a receiver on the Texans. I'm blanking on it. I think it was Tank Dell, who's been injured and lost the season. And Tank Dell, the last 2 seasons, has been injured and lost for the season. The last 2 years. So you don't have your speed burn. You don't have your deep threat. Nico Collins suffered a major injury, so he couldn't throw to him. You know what the Texans need desperately? A reliable tight end.
Well, you saw over the weekend there was a run on them during the draft.
Yeah, they were.
And I've been saying that for years on this show. Get a tight end. Because that is such a.
I think the Bears got one.
That's such a big thing in this era of football.
Yeah, I think the Bears got one in the later rounds of the draft too.
They did. In fact, I think they got 2 of them.
I don't care what level of football you're at. If you don't have a tight end, as a coach, I don't understand what you're doing.
So the question is, do you think they're going to show Cole Kmet the door? If they
I don't.
No, they need him. They need Cole Kmet because for a while they only had one tight end and he was it.
Right.
And we're talking about a franchise in the Bears that carried every year that I watched them that carried at least 2 tight ends, sometimes 3.
Desmond Clark and Greg Olsen.
Or even before them, James Thornton and Emory Moorhead.
Yeah.
James Thornton and Emory Moorhead, even before Greg Olsen and Desmond Clark and company. If you don't have a reliable tight end, your offense is going to suffer. Because your tight end could be that third down possession receiver. Now, a lot of teams today, and Jay and I have talked about this, a lot of teams today would like to use a speed guy on third down. But what you need on third down is possession. What you need is to pick up a first down.
Did it seem like there were a lot of players who seemed to be on the smaller side? Like there were a lot of players I saw that were like just barely 6 foot even, or maybe like 5 foot 10.
It was.
And I'm like, that guy's getting paid. Like, granted, those guys got a lot of speed, but I'm like, that guy's probably going to get shelled in the secondary, you know, especially for wide receivers where you got to have that height.
I think now with so many what you call smaller receivers as are in the league, it seems to be a little bit of a trend. Like just use it, put them in the slot, and let them go.
Fair enough. That's fair.
But teams won't be smart enough to put him in the slot.
I mean, look what the Rams are doing.
Right. Right.
The Rams are getting it back together. I mean,
although I still don't understand why they drafted Ty Simpson. I just don't.
I think most people have like either said they have no idea why the Rams did it, or they're just saying that maybe it's because given how much older Matthew Stafford is.
I totally get that, but Ty Simpson's the guy you're going after?
That's what Snowman brought up during the draft. He's like, didn't Ty Simpson get shelled in the last game?
Ty Simpson in his last game, which was against Indiana, got popped in the shoulder. His throwing shoulder.
Well, let's not forget he only played one season.
Right. He only played one season. He had, and I hate to make this assessment against the young man, but I got to call it like I see it. He had a couple of good games he had one good game in the playoff, which was against Oklahoma, and he had to bring his team back from 17 down to win that.
I saw him in person in Athens in September, and they did win the game against Georgia, but he still didn't play that well.
He didn't.
Right.
His running game got him that hit. His running game got him that win.
Besides,
Alabama's defense sealed it shut. Not to mention Georgia committed 3 turnovers that game.
Right. Besides, go ahead, man.
Georgia gave them that game.
Yeah,
they did.
Georgia absolutely gave them that game when they should have blown Ty Simpson and Alabama out.
Well, so they're blowing the smithereens. Besides Ty Simpson, were there any other surprises that you saw, Mr. Spivey?
Not really in the first round. I wouldn't say there were too many reaches. I just don't understand. And then what gets me, not only that, is just get a serviceable quarterback this year, and then wait till next year's draft when there's so many good quarterbacks.
Right.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I know Stafford's not going to play forever, but, keep him another year or two and see what happens.
Right.
A quarterback that surprised me that got drafted at all was Carson Beck.
Well, he's 18,000 years old.
This is true. Remind me of who drafted Carson Beck.
It was, who was it?
Probably was the Browns.
Who was it? I can't think of it off the top of my head.
I'll look it up.
We'll look it up here. Live research, folks.
My thought is the Browns.
No, I don't think it's Browns. I don't think it's the Browns.
No, it ain't the. If it was the Browns, we would have remembered that.
I think it's
Arizona Cardinals. Arizona Cardinals.
That's right.
Arizona.
That's right.
Right.
Arizona.
I think the quarterback that surprised me the most that went down as much as he did was Nussmeier.
Yeah,
there were a lot of guys picked above him that everybody was sort of surprised.
Everybody was saying Nussmeier was first round worthy.
Yeah, beginning of the season, everybody was like, "Yeah, he's first round."
He didn't get drafted until the 5th round.
There was a big deal last year that everybody was like, "Why is he not leaving early?" And he decided to stay at LSU.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Well, that was another trend in this year's draft. Forget quarterbacks, just everybody. There are a lot of much older people in this draft because everybody's staying because they're NIL.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You're making pretty good livings with NIL if you're especially a football or basketball player.
Especially football, basketball. Because what did we say about Caitlin Clark before she left Iowa? She could have stayed another year.
Yeah, she could have. Yeah,
she could have stayed another year.
Well, Paige Beckers could have too.
Paige Beckers also.
Imagine if UConn would have had her this year.
Ooh.
Wow. If they'd have had her and AC Flood. Good grief. You're not beating them.
Well, now they're together in Dallas, so we'll see how they are in Dallas.
We'll see how Dallas can. We hope that Dallas won't mess it up, but then again, it is Dallas.
It is Dallas. It is the Dallas wing. Your thoughts this year, Jay, on the upcoming WNBA season? This is their 30th year. Any thoughts going into the season?
Well, I saw where last week they announced the TV schedule, and everybody's whining and bitching and moaning about how, the Fever on national TV all 44 games. Well, get over it.
Say that again, please.
Just get over it.
You're talking about a team that has the most popular player in the league. Everyone wants to see her play. Right. And people are so mad that the Aces are not getting all 44 games broadcasted, even though they're the chance. I mean, we've already seen Asia Wilson.
Nothing against Asia Wilson and all the players who have been there for years. Right. They're all really good players.
Mm-hmm.
But do you honestly believe, just sit down and think about this, do you think they would have gotten all they've just gotten this collective bargaining agreement and all the TV deal they had without Caitlin Clark?
Not a chance.
No.
Not a chance.
And this has all been the last, really, it hasn't even been 3 years.
It's just been the last 2 years.
Just a little over 2.
A little over 2 years, because Caitlin Clark was the most anticipated draft pick. Yeah. They were talking about her during her junior year in Iowa when we were covering her there.
Right.
We were covering.
Everybody thinks it's because Angel Reese? No.
Dear God.
Do you think that this change of scenery helps out Angel Reese?
Hell no.
I doubt it. I don't know that going to Atlanta is going to be that big of a help to her.
Let me explain this. And this is the best way that I can explain this.
Mm-hmm.
Angel Reese was drafted to play basketball.
Right.
And I will say this until the cows come home or till I am taken home. Her last great game was at LSU when they went up against Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
And she had 17 points and 20 rebounds on a bad knee. Since then, and except for one game against Indiana, her hated rival supposedly, she's done nothing on the court.
There was no guidance in Chicago, though. Like,
I agree with that.
I agree with that.
She's on a better team.
Right, because if you're going to trust Taylor Marsh with anything,
what are you doing?
Right.
What are you doing? I mean,
honestly, I would not trust Marsh to heat a pot of tea at this point.
This is a team in the Chicago Sky who has dropped after they won a WNBA championship 5 years ago.
Right.
And they dropped like a rock.
I'm certainly not Angel's biggest fan, but I don't get why they traded them. I mean,
I don't either.
I just don't.
I don't either.
I mean, she's clearly a draw. So why do you trade her?
What they should have done was gotten rid of Taylor Marsh.
Right.
What they should have done was change organizational leadership and get some people in there that actually know how to market Angel Reese and also get her game better. Rebecca Randolph joins us in the chat. Good morning to you. But you're talking about a player in Angel Reese that's become an enigma.
Right.
Does she want to be a Barbie or does she want to play basketball? But Jay, you're right. She is a draw.
She and so many others want to whine about what all Caitlin Clark's gotten. Well, again,
get the heck over.
She's a big part of the reason they've gotten what they've gotten.
Dare I say, she's the reason they've gotten everything they've gotten. She's the reason why they got the deal that the CBA in place that they have. And what gets on my nerves, Jay, is that they are still planning to come after Caitlin Clark. They are still planning to show their hatred for Caitlin Clark.
I've said this. Snowman has heard me say this multiple times. The draw of Caitlin Clark has been one, she's all about basketball, and you can't attach any agendas to her. You can barely attach any agendas to her, and that upsets people.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, WNBA is right now an agenda-led league. Agenda-driven league.
Yes.
Well, yes. I think there are basically two reasons for that. But one of them I don't think is as big as the other. Everybody says because she's a straight white female. Well, one of them I think her being straight is not that big of a deal.
I don't think so.
I don't think they really. But I do feel like the fact that she's white and getting all this notoriety is a big deal to the black players.
Yeah.
What'd you call it, Jay? RACE.
Yes, there's no question
Period.
about it. No question.
Period.
But I'd feel differently if she was just some average player getting all this notoriety. She's not.
She's not average
Like if
at all.
if she was the female version of Luke Longley, no one would be saying anything.
No.
Exactly. But this is a very, very special talent in Caitlin Clark that we're talking about.
I just hope she can stay healthy this year.
Yes, please.
My God,
that's criticism. If she
now, one thing she said last week, I'll believe it when I see it, is that she is willing to play off the ball this year to not be as tired and not be as worn down and get injured. Well, I'll believe that when I see it. I just don't see her doing that.
Right.
I just don't see it because the way she shoots the ball and the way she sees the court. I know she has some turnovers, but I think a large part of the reason she has so many turnovers is that people just don't anticipate and see the court like she does.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Her court vision is off the charts. But now that she's had time with Aaliyah Boston, which is now 3 years, Sophie Cunningham, Lexi Hall, they're going to see the court just as well as she is playing with her.
Well,
and
to the Fever's credit,
to
the Fever's credit, they have really built a really pretty strong team around her.
Right.
Yeah. You got Monique Billings that's there now. That's another big that can run with her. Right? They got I don't have the roster in front of me, so forgive me, folks. But they have built a really strong team.
You think if they don't like Caitlin Clark, do you think they're going to like Lexi Hall and Sophie Cunningham?
Mm-mm. They already don't like Sophie Cunningham now because
Sophie Cunningham is Clark's protector.
Right, because after that one big fight that happened where Sophie got in the middle of it,
good for her, and she was right for doing that too. By the way.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
They start putting the crosshairs on Sophie too.
Mm-hmm. And they're going to continue to put the crosshairs on Sophie. And you know the other reason, and I've talked to a lot of people lately that somewhat follow the WNBA, and they express the same kind of hatred for Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. A lot of people have told me that the Indiana Fever should have been eliminated in the first round of the playoffs when they came back and beat the Atlanta Dream on Atlanta's home floor without Caitlin Clark.
Right.
You know,
and to go even further, yes, it's bad to see how she's treated within the league.
Mm-hmm.
But the league itself treats her like that crap. And how they market her is just unbelievable to me.
And that falls.
She's like an afterthought sometimes in how they market the league. I don't get it.
That falls at the feet of one Kathy Engelbert.
Engelbert.
When they premiered, and Jay, I saw the commercial you're talking. I saw the 30th anniversary commercial you're talking about now. They got Cheryl Swoops, Clark's biggest hater, to bring them in the 30th year. Really?
Yeah.
So they're going to spark that war. And it is a war. Caitlin Clark just not participating in it because all she wants to do is play basketball.
I mean, they were going to do Cheryl Swoops because of the name. She's one of the four mothers.
I have no problem with Cheryl Swoops being in it. I have no problem with that.
Right.
I think that it's again for me. It's always been like a lack of like marketing of the other players, and that's why some people get upset about Caitlin gets all this media attention. She has all the spotlight. I'm like, yeah, you got to blame that on the marketing team who don't market the other players.
Well, the league is certainly not marketing her like they should.
Right. No, they shouldn't.
They don't market
and
the
other one who's at fault for this, no question, is USA Basketball.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they didn't allow Caitlin Clark on the team.
Not only should she have been on the Olympic team 2 years ago, as I've told many brothers, I got so much flack for saying that. I wouldn't care if she was the 12th player and barely played. She should have been on that team.
She should have been there.
Because
I agree.
You think people aren't going to watch those games when she was playing?
If you saw USA Basketball in San Juan this past March, you know how many people were tuning into that?
I was
tuning into those games. I was also.
Wouldn't have cared less.
I was also, but Caitlin Clark was on the team, so you paid attention and you saw she's back.
Most of the games they played, she didn't even start, which just amazed me.
Right,
floored me. It floored me. and again, the WNBA gets a month-long break this year because of the FIBA tournament.
Right.
They get a month-long break this year because of the FIBA tournament. Now, my question is she going to be on the team to play in the FIBA tournament?
She better be, because she's in the pool right now. She's obviously in the pool because she played in San Juan, but she better be on that team.
I think so too, and I think she can race through that the same way she raced through the qualifying tournament in San Juan. And the FIBA did a good thing this past Saturday when they played New York in New York. They kind of limited Caitlin Clark's minutes.
Yeah, they didn't need. She doesn't need.
They did not need her, nor the remainder of the starters. The starters got a little feel for it.
She didn't need to play 40 minutes Saturday.
No, she didn't. And she's not going to play 40 minutes this Thursday against Dallas. She's not going to play extended minutes in any of the preseason games, and they got 2 remaining.
Right, and I believe they start their regular season a week from Saturday. Isn't that correct?
Yes, week from Saturday. And folks, we're going to have all of it. We're going to open with a WNBA Friday doubleheader, and then, of course, our coverage of the Fever kicks off on the 9th when they welcome Paige Beckers, AZ Fudd, and the Dallas Wings to Indianapolis, Indiana. It's going to be a fun season. Jay Spivey joining us here on the program. We talk to sports that no one else dares to talk about, including women's basketball. Jay, thank you very much, my friend. And baseball.
Yeah, by the way, I don't know if you guys saw it. There was another firing in baseball today.
Yeah.
Robbie Thompson. Rob Thompson of the Phillies.
So the Mets are on the clock. What are the Mets waiting on?
The Mets are on the clock.
Who else is on the clock?
Well, I think it's starting to look like that decision that Buster Posey made was a bad decision with the Giants. So I don't understand that one.
Yeah, I think the Giants are on the clock also. I think it's going to wind up being a race to see who gets Alex Cora first.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. He's not going to be unemployed for long. Of course, he's making about $14 million to walk away, so I don't think he really cares.
No, he doesn't.
No.
He doesn't. He doesn't. All right, we got to get out of here. Jay, thank you very much for joining us. I appreciate you, and we'll see you next week.
All right, guys.
Thank you, Jay. Cam Newton elite? Bitch, are you for real?
I may screw it.
You might as well.
Cam Newton elite?
Bitch, are you for real?
Nobody talks about baseball?
Bitch, are you for real?
Exactly.
Caitlin Clark, an afterthought?
Bitch, are you for real?
The Pittsburgh Steelers contending this year?
Bitch, are you for real?
Oh, no. The Cleveland Browns contending this year.
No. The Cleveland Browns contending at all?
Bitch, are you for real?
JJ, you're not gonna like me for this, bud. The Philadelphia Phillies contending this year?
Bitch, are you for real?
Uh-oh.
Okay, this one's for Pizzle. Then we really got to get out of here.
Yes, we do.
Magic losing a 3-1 lead.
Bitch, are you for real?
You get Playmaker over here, too.
Oh, Playmaker will come and cuss me out.
Yes, he will.
It ain't heartbeat. Have a great day. God bless. Remember to make your next move your best move. And always remember, if your dreams don't scare you, you know the rule. They're simply not big enough. Dream big, do bigger. We hope y'all are too. More power plays, more basketball talk, more sports talk. The best in the world tomorrow. So long, everybody. And tomorrow is the premiere of the SMSN Sports Carousel. My voice is going to take a beating. See y'all tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.